I'm impressed by the views sometimes. It's always a nice thing working on a job. We are west of Burkesville by about 20 minutes doing a job, and I wanted to tell you a few things about how to know when it's time to replace your roof. And on this roof, it is time to replace your roof before you get in the attic and put spray foam everywhere. So I don't know if that helps at all, but we've got spray foam everywhere on this roof. Must have been leaking all over the place. They got up in the attic, and this stuff is coming up from underneath, I believe. Anywhere they had a drip, they just sprayed some spray foam. So there's going to be some costs involved the longer you wait to replace your roof. This porch was so rotten from leaks, the beam had broken in half. The whole thing was about to fall down. So we had to rebuild the porch, and then if we were tearing all these shingles off to go back down to the clean deck, we'd be replacing a ton of wood back here. That's all per square foot. I mean, we could potentially replace half the sheeting on this whole roof. That is a big cost. And then you've got your ceilings inside. So if your drywall gets damaged, hiring a drywall guy to repair your drywall in bad situations, and also painting. So it's really best to replace your roof before it starts leaking, and before it starts leaking into your ceilings. If you get up in your attic when it's raining, sometimes you can see wet sheeting underneath the roof, and it hasn't gotten through all the insulation yet to get to your ceiling and make a stain. So your roof can actually be in worse shape than you think it is. Don't wait until it stains your ceiling, because then you got to paint. So you can do it yourself, or you can have a roofer do it. Get up in your attic, check for the condition of the sheeting in your attic to assess. That's part of the equation in assessing the condition of your roof. And then, of course, on the roof itself, you'll be able to diagnose pretty well how long the roof should last. And it's normally like, I'd replace it this year, or I would wait maybe 2 or 3 more years, something like that. Or you should be able to get another 5 years out of this easy. So things like that is what I normally say when I get up on a roof. But if you want the peace of mind of knowing that you're staying ahead of the leaks, don't try to milk out 1 or 2 extra years on a 20-year roof. Just go ahead and replace it and get a better roof that's going to last 20 or 30 years without having any leaks to worry about. These costs associated with not replacing it and milking it out as long as possible end up costing way more than the extra life you're getting out of the roof. The porch alone is a few $1,000s to rebuild that, put soffit and fascia on it and stuff like that. So that can buy a lot of roof if it's going toward the purchase of a new one. So anyway, replace it before you think it needs replaced. Kind of like taking your car to the mechanic before the transmission goes out or before you're running out of oil. It's better to stay ahead of the curve, in my opinion, for what it's worth.